We look to the stars and feel small, but we have no idea how truly insignificant we are. For millennia, humanity has tried to map reality with science, with faith, but one ancient tradition describes a map so vast it shatters the human mind. A blueprint of all existence built around two creations of inconceivable scale: the Footstool and the throne of God. This is not just an old story. It is a story that is now colliding with the deepest discoveries of modern physics. We are told there are 7 heavens stacked one upon the other. Our entire observable universe, with its billions of galaxies, is but the lowest heaven. Now, hold that thought, because all 7 of these heavens together are like a single tiny ring tossed into an endless desert. And that desert is the Kursi. The Footstool. It is a structure of divine dominion, so vast it contains everything we could ever see or imagine. It is the foundation upon which all of creation rests. But the journey does not end there. That entire desert, the Kursi itself, is then compared to another ring, tossed into an even larger, more incomprehensible void. That final desert is the Arsh, the throne. It is the single greatest creation in all existence, the absolute ceiling of the universe. Held aloft by angels of unimaginable size and power. This is not merely about physical scale. It is a spiritual ladder designed to pull our focus from the world we see to the overwhelming majesty of the one who is unseen. For most of history, these were understood as ideas, metaphors for God's all-encompassing knowledge and His absolute power. They were part of the Ekhaibek, the unseen world, a reality that our 5 senses could never measure. Belief in the unseen is the very bedrock of faith, a quiet acknowledgement that what we can prove is not all that exists. But then, science began to catch up. Astrophysicists described a universe just as strange and fantastic, a universe born from a single point, a universe woven from invisible quantum fields, a universe where space and time can bend and break. So what happens when the language of revelation meets the language of revelation, meets the language of quantum mechanics? A new generation is finding stunning connections, not by forcing scripture to match science, but by realizing they may be describing the same deep reality using 2 different languages. Take the very beginning. Islamic tradition states that before time began, the throne of God was upon the water. For thinkers today, that phrase is electrifying. Could this ancient water be a description of the quantum vacuum? Physics tells us that empty space is not empty at all. It is a bubbling, roiling sea of potential energy where particles flicker into and out of existence, the very fabric of reality. The image is stunning. The throne, the seat of divine command, existing over this fundamental ocean of potential. It suggests a creator who does not simply work with stars and planets, but who operates at the deepest, most fundamental level of reality itself. This changes how we see the throne. It is not some static, physical object in a distant place. Some scholars now describe it in the language of information. Think of it as the ultimate command and control center, a divine operating system for the entire cosmos. From here, the laws of physics are written. Every single event, from the dance of galaxies to the firing of a neuron in your brain, is decreed and executed with perfect precision. The universe is not random. It is being actively managed. And what of the Kursi, the Footstool?
And what about the Kursi?
If the throne is the command center, then the Kursi is the network that executes those commands. Two particles can be linked, instantly affecting each other, even if they are on opposite sides of the universe. The creation that encompasses and sustains everything be a symbol for this very network. This field of knowledge that connects every single point in the cosmos as one unified whole. This idea of oneness is the core of Islamic mysticism. Sufism, the concept of Wahdat al-Wujud, the unity of all being. It teaches that everything in existence is but a reflection of one single, ultimate reality. For centuries, this was a spiritual truth. But today, scientists and philosophers are finding breathtaking parallels in quantum physics. The mystics saw the world as a web of interconnected events, all flowing from one source. Physicists now see a universe where no particle is truly independent, but exists only in a web of relationships. It seems the ancient mystic and the modern physicist may be looking at the same truth from two different sides of the same mountain.